It was less than 2 years ago that Toronto's Auditor General revealed that millions of taxpayer dollars were being paid to tree maintenance workers who were billing the city while sitting in coffee shops.
And now a follow-up to that investigation has revealed the waste continues. CTV's Natalie Johnson joins us live with more. Natalie.
Well, Michelle, the auditor's team went undercover and spent hundreds of hours following private contractors who were on the clock. And even after that initial audit raised so many red flags at City Hall, they found that the problem continues. They were caught on camera wasting taxpayer dollars. Private contractors sitting around for hours, drinking coffee, reading, smoking, even working out, all while billing the city for tree maintenance work. The worst part is this all came after a scathing auditor's report first identified the waste. A new follow-up investigation now shows it's still happening.
What kind of person does it take to do this kind of thing when they know that they're being watched by the Auditor General?
In 2019, Toronto's Auditor General examined the GPS records of private tree maintenance workers and found that their truck GPS coordinates often matched coffee shops and plazas instead of job sites, while they were billing for work. $2.6 million in lost productivity. A year and a half later, the audit team followed up and spent 500 hours tailing some of those workers. They found that in the wake of the increased GPS scrutiny, their trucks were more likely parked at the job sites, but that didn't mean they were doing work.
They've demonstrated themselves to be taking advantage of the public trust and the public's dollars. That's like, you don't get to work for the City of Toronto if you're ripping people off.
The big finding, crews spent an average of just 3.5 hours a day actually working on trees, including all setup, cleanup, and paperwork, less than half of their 8-hour day. In some cases, crews reported that parked cars were preventing them from doing tree work when the surveillance showed there were no parked cars there.
There's a lot of work that needs to happen within the city to ensure that those contracts are being appropriately executed, and frankly with the contractors themselves to understand that they're accountable as well to the city and ultimately to the people of Toronto.
The Auditor General says it's time for a culture change among tree maintenance contractors and the city staff responsible for their oversight. The city admits that the contracts need to be better monitored. Councillors, meanwhile, will once again be faced with the task of coming up with an action plan and determining any consequences. Reporting live, I'm Natalie Johnson. Nathan, over to you.
All right, thank you, Natalie.